in the future, we're going to look back at moments like this where there's just a recording that is haphazard in the car, or even just you with your kids walking, you're on a trail, just seeing some stuff, and you're going to point at it or look back at it and be like, oh, wow, wasn't that great, with nostalgia. And kind of like looking back at the 70s and being like, oh, those photos are so cool looking. Like, wow, what must have been such a wonderful time. Like, it feels magical. And I say that because we're going to be bombarded with AI slop creation, and it's going to be so good, we're just never going to know what's real anymore. The only way to know which would be real stuff in the future is to look at the date of creation. And I'm like, yeah, I should create more now, because in the future, no, it won't matter. A video like this talking about anything, it could have been created in AI. It's very simple. And, nobody would know better. I just type in a script and I say express with his hands and whatever. It's going to be ridiculous. And I think about it kind of like that going back to 70s or 60s. It's like, yeah, you could have created that before the internet. Like, what was their time like? Oh, it must have been amazing that they just read a book when they got bored, because there was no internet. Like, that's how it was then. And this is how it is now, where AI hasn't fully taken over. It's just a tool. And I say taken over, I don't mean it like Terminator 2 like things. I mean, like, as far as creators, like, there's going to be so many big, giant promotion people and marketers who are just going to put out hundreds and hundreds of AI, like, clones of themselves. It's going to be boring. And then there's going to be photographers doing this stuff and adapting their photos. And then it's just going to be creation of Midjourney AI, and then it's going to be movies, and then it'll be full blast movies, and then there'll be the AI actors that will carry and have rights as far as company owned. And then humans, what are we going to do? We're just going to go back to living in the real world. Farming is going to be huge, I think. It's going to hopefully make a resurgence and get better high quality food. But people are going to hopefully live in the real world and kind of just dismiss the internet. And they'll be like, yeah, we used to be awesome, then we ruined it with AI. And yeah, although it makes great benefits for, health advancements and science and, creation tools and marketing, but we'll look at us now. We're just kind of walking around. And that's why I say, why are we not creating more of something from an approach where we're like, oh, this is a magical time that won't ever happen again, because AI is going to change it forever, just like the internet changed the 60s, 70s. And we should be more authentic. And the only way that we're going to know, like, if this is AI in, say, 10, 20 years, is looking at the date of creation. Something like that. And I don't know, that's just kind of where my thought is. So I'm thinking, in one of the nuggets of value, authenticity, that is important to promote online is the idea of being present in your timeline, in the timeline of human existence. And our current timeline is pre-AI. That's why I think, like, it's like, yeah, it started, but not really. Not in the way that it could or most likely will be. You got to think about it. Like, you can't argue that it's going to be so good it'll be, like, so overwhelming, because you got to think about how, like, Elon Musk approaches it. He says, I don't want it to be good. I think we need to slow it down. I think we need to stop it almost until we all figure it out. But then he said, but we can't. We actually have to go harder and hit it faster, because if we don't, the other countries will. China will do it anyways. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to agree. So it's a war of AI, as like years ago. And that's why we can't stop. And that's why we have to go harder. And it's going to get more serious and severe and important in the existence of our timeline. Because if we all tried to get together and have peace on Earth, well, we all know that that's just not going to happen. So we have to go harder and hit it faster. And that's unfortunately what's happened. And you look at Grok, ChatGPT, Claude, Midjourney, whatever. They're all at a race, a big race to who knows where. All we know is that we just got to do it better and faster, or first before the other people. So where does that put us? We're just in this timeline that goes to who knows where, but I don't think it's going to be very good for the internet. I don't even want to speculate on how it is going to affect human existence, but the internet is going to be garbage, and it'll be something that I won't want to visit. Unfortunately, I don't want to create for, because it's just be like a waste of time. If anything, it'd be a hobby at that point. So maybe I'll get into farming and gardening and going for hikes. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm thinking right now. So if you're with me, I think it's important to add that value of the current timeline. Like, where are we at right now? And when you're telling the stories of how you do anything and adding value to people's lives, consider for a moment, is there something special about the moment that we're living in with a little bit of AI or something that you can kind of add to it? All right, that's it. Peace.